From Vision to Showcase is a series of interviews where I will be interviewing artists from the Edom Art House so that viewers like you can determine more about what makes these artists tick and what inspires these artists to create. I hope you enjoy the interview.
What are a few things people may be surprised to learn about you?
I think people would be surprised to learn that I'm a U.S. Navy veteran, I'm an only child, and I'm also a world traveler. I've been to about 47 different countries.
Why did you start the Edom Art House?
I created the Edom Art House because I wanted to serve three audiences. I first wanted to serve artists who were professional or emerging artists who wanted to learn how to present themselves to galleries and who wanted to learn how to better their brand and market themselves better. I also wanted to serve a local audience of people who wanted to find where some of the most creative people were housing their work. And I thought Edom Art House could be a great hub for that type of thing. And then I also wanted to serve the people who have never experienced art before. I think that there's a whole wide community of people who are intimidated by art, or maybe they've just never had an opportunity to experience. But I wanted to create a place that was welcoming and that could bring all of those people together.
How has it made you feel to be successful?
I think that success is subjective and everyone has their own standard for measuring it. I measure success in the lives of the artists that I'm able to impact. When artists are able to sell more work, or they become more recognizable, or they're able to sell so much work here that they're able to eat differently. For me, that is the ultimate level of success. I want to see as many people arise to levels of prosperity, and I want to see as many people succeed as possible. So that's how I measure my own success here at the Edom Art House.
How did you learn how to brand and market?
I learned branding and marketing about 13 years ago when I was a personal fitness instructor. One of my clients told me that she picked me based off of my branding and marketing. And at that time, that was the very first time I'd ever heard of that. And when she started putting it all together about how I had done certain things and how she was attracted to this and that, I was like, wow, it all makes sense. So that was my introduction to branding and marketing. And once I learned that people were attracted to how I told my story, it empowered me to learn how to help other people tell their story. And that's where my love of branding started.
What do you think sets you apart from other gallerists and artists?
I think there are a number of things that separate me from other gallerists and other artists who may own studios. I think for one, I have an extensive background in branding and marketing, so I'm able to help artists create fresh perspectives, and I'm able to help them understand the power of their story so that they can interact and that they can attract a whole different audience. I think another thing that helps me stand out is that I'm also a wire wrap jewelry artist. So I'm a working artist who understands the grind of creating a thing and then pricing and then presenting. There's so many facets to being an artist that some people don't consider. So I think that with me being left-brained in the business world and right-brained in the creative world, it blends together to create what you see.
Why do you help others with their branding and marketing?
I take pride in helping artists with their branding and marketing because most of the artists that I meet are wonderful and they're excellent. But the problem is that they don't know how to connect their story with an audience of people who are ready to invest in their work. So a lot of artists struggle to tell their story. And I've come to learn that when people can identify why an artist creates or why an artist does what they do, they're much more likely to see the value in that person's work. So I find it my duty to truly tell the story of any artist that trusts me to represent them.
Where do you find artists and what are some of the qualities you look for?
I find artists a number of ways. I'm a public speaker, so whenever I'm speaking at an event or whenever I'm invited to speak somewhere and I tell people about what's going on at the Edom Art House, people usually want to be involved. And I've created such a demand for this place that I have a good waiting list of artists who are waiting to showcase their work here. The type of artists that I'm looking for are professional artists and emerging artists, but people who have wonderful energy and great finished products. And I love showcasing all different types of art here. So I enjoy seeing jewelry and sculptures, ceramics, clothes, things made from gourds, all different types of art, anything that would inspire people and anything that makes people say, wow, that is probably the kind of art that I'm interested in.
What are 3 things you would tell an artist who wants to get started in the gallery world?
I would tell that artist to create a body of work. And when I say a body of work, I mean create a collection. And that collection doesn't have to be a million different pieces, but it should be enough to give a curator or a gallerist an opportunity to see exactly what you do and your skills and your technique and maybe some of the things that you stand for. The next thing I would say is to go to gallery events. Find art galleries that are in line with the type of art that you have and go and represent your work to them. Talk to them about who you are and what you do and see if they have any events coming up, see if they have any call for artists, and then apply. Go to every event that you can so that you can get more familiar with artists that are already being represented at that gallery, and you can start showing face so that they can start recognizing your name as you start applying to their art calls. Don't be afraid to show your artwork to galleries, but here's a pro tip. Find the time when galleries are accepting artwork. Don't just show up to a gallery and present your work, whether it be in person or on a phone, because usually when galleries are open, that is their time to serve customers. Email them, text them, call them, and ask them if they have a time available that artists can come up to show their work. That is a major tip that will get you in good with a lot of galleries.
Are you wearing your own work right now?
Yes, I am wearing some of my work. The pieces that I'm wearing right now are made from 14 karat gold, Kingman turquoise, and faceted tanzanite pieces. I believe that jewelry is an expression of who you are. It can communicate a story without you even having to open your mouth or say a word. And I've gotten a lot of compliments on this set that I'm wearing. So thank you for noticing.
What do you like most about it?
I think that I enjoy seeing how people respond to my work. I enjoy seeing people smile and know that they're going to be wearing a piece that will serve them for the rest of their life. I like to create pieces of work that could become heirloom pieces or pieces that will get attention. And when I infuse those pieces with positive energy, I feel like it exudes in the wearer. So that's a little bit of what I like about creating jewelry.
Do you have a style or something you're known for?
Yes, I would say that I do have something that I am most known for, and it's my sunglasses. I started creating these sunglasses about 2 years ago, and they caught on pretty well. So when people see the sunglasses, it makes them smile, and they're definitely not for everybody. They're for the type of person who likes to stand out. They're for the people who don't mind attention, and they're for the people who like unique, one-of-a-kind, handmade items that other people are going to compliment them on.
How long does it take to make a pair of sunglasses?
That's not really a fair question, because the more that I do this, the more that my skills improve, the faster that I'm able to create a finished product that is nice. But I would say that on average, again, depending on how complex a piece is, the sunglasses may take anywhere from 3 to 5 hours to complete. But again, I've been doing this for quite a while, and the more that I do this, the more that I start to develop a sense of autonomy, and I'm able to create things on a faster pace. So when I first got started, I think my very first pair of sunglasses probably took me 6 to 7 hours to create. But I could do that same design now today in an hour if I really sat and focused.
What do you use to create jewelry?
I use wire to create my jewelry. I use copper, silver, 14 karat gold, all different types of wire to create one-of-a-kind and unique, bespoke pieces of jewelry.
What would you tell a new person who's starting to make jewelry?
I would tell someone who's just starting to create jewelry to keep creating. Start out with inexpensive pieces of jewelry. You can deconstruct costume jewelry or vintage pieces of jewelry that you may be able to find at garage sales, estate sales, or Facebook Marketplace. But you can destruct those pieces and then create your own vision. Or you can just go out and find inexpensive supplies and start to create from there. But just know that wherever you are in your jewelry making journey, use YouTube or invest in mentors or tutors to teach you along the way, because there's so much to know about jewelry. It's not just one way of doing things. There are a million different ways to create beautiful, high quality pieces of jewelry that people will want to pass down for generations to come. Thank you for taking time out to watch this interview. If something in this interview inspired you, please consider sharing, and head over to edomarthouse.com to find more interviews like this and to stay on top of what we've got going on here. And if you are someone who loves the art world, you may want to consider joining our email list. So again, head over to edomarthouse.com for more information now.